Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us on this Friday, November 19th. Live from the Beasley Media Complex in Boone, this is the Appalachian Weekly News. I'm Mia Mendez.
And I'm Shannon Pendleton.
Good news as far as vaccination rates go in the high country. Our current vaccination rates are still moving faster than state and local rates. Currently, there are 10 active cases in students and 2 in faculty and staff. All CDC-authorized vaccines are safe, effective, and help to reduce your risk of serious illness or somebody else's. Many COVID-19 vaccine recipients are currently able to get a booster, including those who work in education settings.
COVID-19 cases are trending down compared to last year. Some towns are making the note of this and starting to lift their mask mandates. Our correspondent Zenaira Maureen Lopez asked Boone residents how they feel about the possibility of it being lifted in Boone.
Earlier this week, Boone Town Council discussed the current mask mandate set in place. No decision was made, but the mandate was put in place at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic when cases were at their peak. For example, Blowing Rock, a surrounding town, lifted their mask mandate on Wednesday. I took to the streets of Boone and campus to ask people their opinions on the mask mandate as cases go down.
I'm definitely comfortable with wearing a mask anywhere I go, and if a store requires me to wear a mask, I'm absolutely going to put it on. Now that cases are going down, I feel a little bit more comfortable not wearing a mask, but I am still worried about people. Like, I have a roommate that can't get vaccinated for health reasons, and so that's kind of concerning, and I'm worried about her. So I think it's also very important to have a mask mandate.
I feel like it's kind of as good as kind of optional. The businesses have to do it, which makes sense because it protects their workers. So I feel like that kind of protects their business too, because they don't have to close down for somebody getting COVID or anything like that. But I feel like if you don't want to have one, you shouldn't have to, essentially.
Yeah, I would agree. I would say that as far as expecting a mandate to happen where there aren't any masks anymore, I mean, there's already people who have decided to stop at grocery stores and businesses, so, and there hasn't been, I don't think, any sort of pushback from it. So I would say that it's probably a likely possibility that it would happen.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. I feel like at this point it's getting to the point where it should be, optional, and you should use your own discretion to gauge the situation. If I'm walking in a place and it's super crowded, even if there's not mask required, I'm probably going to put one on, just personally. But I feel like it's definitely leaning towards being more optional moving forward.
Yeah, my hometown, when I go back home from Boone, there's no mask mandate, so it's kind of weird. It's like being in a totally foreign place because no one wears one, but it feels like COVID doesn't even exist there. So I think a mask mandate is a good thing. It feels more protective when I'm wearing one in the store and people actually are and wearing them correctly. Yeah.
I think it's a good thing since we're a college town. We don't really have as high of a vaccination rate as a lot of other campuses do. So I don't necessarily think it's a bad or a good thing. I definitely think it's helped a lot with our COVID rates going down and everything. It'll be nice to return to normal whenever it's possible, but right now I think it's still a pretty good thing since it is a college town.
I mean, I don't really think it matters. It's just pretty much the choice is up to you whether you want to wear a mask or not, and it should be your choice. It shouldn't be enforced, really. If you feel that you want COVID, then don't wear a mask, pretty much.
The mask mandate still stands in Boone, and it's up to individual towns and their leaders to lift mandates. Places like Blowing Rock, Guilford County, and Hanover County have made decisions to end theirs. For the Appalachian Weekly News, I'm Zenaira Maureen Lopez.
In efforts to help continue confidence in the North Carolina elections, 17 County Board of Elections will pilot risk-limiting audits, also known as RLAs. The Beach Mountain Town Council participated in the risk-limiting audit on November 18th. An RLA is a hand-to-eye recount of a randomly selected sample of a ballot in the contest, which provides a strong statistical evidence that the machine-counted results are correct. If this program is successful, it may be conducted in all 100 counties in future elections. The audits would be completed in addition to required sample audits and other post-election audits that are already conducted by state and county board of elections. These are possible in North Carolina because every county uses hand-marked paper ballots or ballot-making devices that prints a paper ballot for every voter. This provides a paper record of voter verification selections that can be checked against the machine reports.
According to the Avery Journal, unemployment rates in all 100 counties in North Carolina have been declining as of September. Avery, Watauga, and Ashe County have a 2.9% unemployment rate. These counties were all second to last in the spot for unemployment percentages in the state. Mitchell County had the highest unemployment rate of any county near us at 4%, with Caldwell County reaching 3.7% and Burke and McDowell at 3.5%.
After the death of Robert G. Purcell on May 31st, the Hound's Ear Club has been issued 2 different fines by the North Carolina Department of Labor. Purcell, a Lenore man, was found dead after appearing to fall off the roof while working. The first fine was because Hound's Ears did not ensure protection through guardrails, safety nets, or personal fall protection systems for employees who work more than 4 feet off the ground. The second fine was for them not providing personal fall protection system training. The total amount of fines equal out to $46,200. This was issued out on November 8th. In addition to the fines, they must also have a notification of penalty in place that can be seen by all affected employees. Hound's Ears has 15 days to appeal the fines, or they must pay them.
On November 8th, a local cyclist was ran off the road by a pickup truck that was hauling tires near Highway 194. Crime Stoppers asks anybody with information to please contact them at 828-268-6959 or the Boone Police Department at 828-268-6900.
It's that time of the year again where the ski resorts are opening back up. Around the Boone area, we have several ski resorts near us, including Sugar Mountain Resort, Appalachian Ski Mountain, and Beach Mountain Ski Resort. The Sugar Mountain slopes are open today, but they will close at 4:30 this afternoon. Appalachian Ski Mountain was scheduled to open up today, but because of the marginal and sporadic snowmaking temperatures, it will not be opening. According to their website, snowmakers are on call to maximize every minute of snowmaking opportunity. There is not a date yet as to when they plan on opening. Beach Mountain still plans on opening on November 26.
A lot of students here at App State will be graduating within the next month, and the Career Center at App State can make that process much smoother. Our correspondent, Stephen Biddix, has more.
The Career Development Center at App State is open to all students who may just be looking to find jobs or are still just trying to figure out what career path they would like to pick. The Career Center consists of 14 staff members ranging from directors to career coaches. I sat down with 3 staff members at the Career Development Center, Dr. Susan McCracken, Geraldine Mitchell, and Michael Rybach, to learn more about what all they do for students.
Our goal is for you to leave Appalachian with the confidence that you can be successful and you have the career readiness skills you need to do the types of jobs or graduate study that you want to do, that you know how to write your first resume and you know how to get resources for your second and third resume when you're 5, 7, 8 years out.
The Career Center also has multiple ways to help students, whether you would prefer a group setting or a one-on-one appointment.
We have our career studio, which is like our drop-in type of situation, Monday through Thursday from 2 p.m. until 6 p.m. And that's an opportunity for a student to just show up and get some of that help, whether it's that career exploration piece through resumes or cover letters or getting ready for that next step.
So we also offer appointments as well formally, like I said. So we use Handshake, which is our career management system. So any App State student automatically has an account, so they can log on to Handshake through our website and then schedule an appointment, whether they want to schedule an appointment with a career coach, who again serves as that liaison to the college, myself, or anybody else in our department.
And if you're not sure where to begin in contacting the Career Center,
just come here. We open the doors at 9 o'clock in the morning. They close at 8 o'clock at night. And we are on the second floor of the Student Union.
While the Career Center is great for active students, if you are an alumni of App State, you can always come back to the Career Center for help with maybe a career change or for just finding another job. For the Appalachian Weekly News, I'm Stephen Biddix.
A new school is coming to the High Country as the Valley Cruces Preservation Committee has just granted a certificate of appropriateness to the Watauga County Schools to start making plans. The design for the new school is still not finalized, but the groundbreaking is currently set for June 1st, 2024. Garrett Price, the Director of Communications for Watauga County Schools, says, quote, "We're very pleased at the progress we're making towards the new construction of the Valley Cruces School. Most recently, the project received a certificate of appropriateness from the Valley Cruces Historic Preservation Commission. So we're one step closer to breaking ground. The design process can now move forward to the development of the construction documents that can then be sent out to the bid for general contractors. Right now, we expect bidding to go out in July and September of 2022.
Alumni and Allen Tate realtor Eric Reeves has been named one of the top 100 most influential people in the real estate staging. Reeves has been a professional real estate stager since 2016 and is the founder and owner of Refresh Your Space Interior Consulting located in Boone. He is a volunteer with the Habitat for Humanity Apps Build a House project, and he serves on the advisory board of Sigma Upsilon chapter of the Lambda Chi Alpha fraternity.
I started my business because I saw a need for this service, because you would go into places and it was just like chaos, and that doesn't sell a home. I would almost create a story about who lives in this home, and as I'm a real estate broker as well, I'm able to know the demographics of the neighborhood and who might be looking for a home like this.
He also teaches a continuing education program for North Carolina realtors called Staging the Sale: What Every Agent Should Know.
Dr. Sarah Evans and 5 undergrad students will spend the next 3 summers studying how water saturation patterns in permafrost layers in Alaska are changing because of climate change. Their research is being funded by a National Science Foundation grant award that Evans and other researchers got for their atmospheric research. Permafrost releases stored carbon into the Earth's atmosphere, which is a massive part of climate change. Hopefully, with the help of Evans and her team of students, they can better understand the impacts that thawing is having overall.
The Tunnel of Towers Foundation announced it has paid in full the mortgage on the home of one Gold Star family in Blowing Rock. On July 1, 2012, North Carolina Air National Guard Scott Ryan David was killed in action after his C-130 crashed while fighting the White Draw Fire in South Dakota. David served over 10 years active duty in the United States Air Force. He was awarded with the Navy and Air Force Commendation Medal, 4 Air Force medals for meritorious aerial achievement flying, and had over 80 combat sorties, the Air Force Achievement Medal. This announcement was made during the Foundation's Veterans Day name reading ceremony at the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., an event that honors the 7,070 military personnel who died in response to the attacks on 9/11.
This year is the 20th anniversary, and we, as a foundation, have promised to deliver 200 mortgage-free homes to our heroes by the end of 2021. And that is a promise that is ongoing and will be fulfilled. But I do want to pay my respects to Major Ryan Scott David. He passed away in the line of duty, but Tunnel to Towers paid off the mortgage held on the David family's home. So it's just beautiful to see that the foundation that I'm working with can make an impact locally.
Tunnel to Tower provides mortgage-free smart homes to our nation's veterans and first responders who were catastrophically injured. They also provide mortgage-free homes or mortgage payoffs to Gold Star and fallen first responder families with young children. For this year alone, the Tunnel of Towers Foundation promised to deliver 200 homes this year in honor of their 20th anniversary.
App State Athletics teamed up with the Hunger and Health Coalition for a canned food drive at this past Saturday's home football game against South Alabama. There was a total of 1,149 donations and 117 pounds of canned food that will go directly to shelves.
As students prepare to leave for winter break, many will find themselves with questions about how to adjust to these living conditions. Our correspondent Dylan Henson takes a closer look.
University housing will soon close for students for winter break. This week, I spoke with Natalia Fletcher, a resident assistant at Mountain Laurel Hall, about things you need to bring home for the winter break.
So the biggest thing is whatever you can bring in a month, whatever you use within that month. So from small things to toiletries and big things to electronics. Any remotes is a big one, and batteries, gaming consoles, any bedding, anything that you're going to use. Food as well is something good to bring home that you're not going to eat. Like I bring home snacks and stuff to my brothers that I know I'm not going to finish.
On December 9th, resident halls will officially close for non-graduating students. Students are not permitted to stay in the resident halls during winter break, and on January 7th, halls will reopen to students for the spring semester. Natalia also talks about how students can prepare for this housing change.
The counseling center is really helpful. And your RA, you can also talk to your RA. We have resources, and if we don't know them, we'll find someone who knows those resources. But going home should not be something like you're hesitant on, like something you dread. It should be comfortable. So talk with your RA if you're feeling comfortable about this new change. I know that having a place where you stay a whole semester and then it just randomly closing for a month can be a lot to take in, but it's also a good break, and going home can be a good thing, or just going around different people in a new environment for a little bit can be really nice.
The university also reminds us that resources are available through the Counseling Center on campus. Reporting for the Appalachian Weekly News, I'm Dylan Henson.
Coming up on the Appalachian Weekly News, an update on App State sports.
Hola, soy Brenda de Buenos Días Boone. Así que venga a pasar sus mañanas con nosotros y sintonice en el campus o en los canales locales. Nos vemos pronto y que tengas un buen día, Boone. See you soon and have a good day.
Hi neighbor, I'm Ryan Perone. Join us every Tuesday at 10 a.m. as we explore the people, events, and organizations that make the High Country so special. You can tune in on Channel 198 for Spectrum customers, Channels 20 or 1020 for SkyBest customers, or Channel 23-3 on campus. Until then, bye neighbor.
Let's go! To a place where you can grow.
A place to be heard.
And take a closer look.
A place where you can crush it.
And push yourself.
A place to find your voice.
This place rocks. And rolls.
A place where you can get out.
Wow! A place you'll never forget.
So where is this place? Let me show you.
AppTV's original gaming news channel Pixel Peak is back for more great content.
We are very excited to be kicking off our 7th season here and continuing news on the gaming industry.
Each week, 4 hand-selected gaming-related news stories will be covered along with an analysis segment of either Xbox, PlayStation, PC, or Nintendo, and finally is wrapped up with a game review.
If you are interested in gaming news, be sure to watch us at apptv.com or any of these channels every Wednesday. Thank you for stopping by, and we hope to see you here on Pixel Peak.
Well, Josh, I mean, we were just talking about that football game last weekend, and it was just so much fun. Shannon, were you able to go?
I was able to go, and I also had a lot of fun. Josh, what more do you have for us?
Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 in a row. That's the win streak App State football currently rides right now after taking down the South Alabama Jaguars, as you two mentioned, 31-7 on Saturday afternoon. Chase Bryce completed 14 of 26 passes for 195 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Bryce also had the team's only rushing touchdown. Cam Peoples led the Mountaineers in rushing yards with 90 off of 23 carries, and Nate Noel, the Sun Belt Conference's leading rusher, had 7 carries for 22 yards. Jalen Virgil led App State with 57 receiving yards off of 2 catches, and both Thomas Hennigan and Corey Sutton had touchdown catches. Sutton's touchdown catch was his 6th of the season, which leads the team, and his 3rd in the last 4 games. The Mountaineer defense shined as well, tallying 2 sacks, only allowing 52 total rushing yards, and holding South Alabama scoreless in the second half. Trey Cobb had 2 interceptions, and his 2nd interception returned for 100 yards for a touchdown to seal the win for App State. The Mountaineers travel to Veterans Memorial Stadium next to take on the Troy Trojans tomorrow afternoon. And guys, this is a big game for App State because if they win, the Black and Gold will officially clinch sole possession of the Sun Belt Conference East Division and punch their ticket to a 4th Sun Belt Conference Championship appearance in the last 5 years. Kickoff for tomorrow's crucial matchup takes place at 3:30 p.m. on ESPN+. After taking down the William Peace Pacers on Monday, App State men's basketball team suffered an intense down-to-the-wire loss against the Charlotte 49ers last night, 67-66. Senior guards Justin Forrest and Adrian Delph combined for App State's 32 of 66 points, with Delph adding 9 rebounds. The Black and Gold trailed Charlotte by as many as 17 points, but refused to go down without a fight. Thanks to Forrest and sophomore forward C.J. Huntley, the Mountaineers would score 14 unanswered points to take the lead halfway through the second half. After 9 lead changes in the final 7 minutes, the game would come down to the final shot from Justin Forrest, who has been known to have the clutch gene over the years for App State. Unfortunately, his shot would not fall through, and Charlotte would escape with the 1-point win. The Mountaineers will look to bounce back when they travel to Hertz Arena to take on the Delaware Blue Hens next Monday at 7:30 p.m. App State women's basketball team took a punch to the gut on Wednesday night after losing to the unbeaten North Carolina Tar Heels 89-44. While the Mountaineers stood their ground defensively, they struggled to put points on the board early, thus were unable to keep pace with the now 3-0 Tar Heels. Sophomore Faith Alston led App State with 7 points. The Mountaineers plan to get back on track when Winston-Salem State comes to town this Monday at Holmes Convocation Center. Tip-off for Monday's matchup starts at 6 p.m. After suffering a tough loss to Coastal Carolina on Sunday, the App State volleyball squad would lose their Sun Belt Conference tournament matchup to the Louisiana Raging Cajuns yesterday 0-3. The Mountaineers only lost by 10 points or less in all 3 sets, but would come up short in the end. Junior outside hitter McCall Denny led the Black and Gold with 11 kills, and senior outside hitter Victoria Wilform would add 9 more. The Mountaineers end their 2021 season with a 7-22 record, 3-13 against Sun Belt Conference opponents. Last but not least, we end with App State wrestling, where redshirt sophomore Caleb Smith and 7 of his teammates had standout performances this past Sunday at the Mountaineer Invitational. The Black and Gold finished the event with 6 invitational finalists and 2 open champions. Smith would advance all the way to the final match versus Arizona State's Brandon Courtney, to whom he would lose by just 1 point, 6-5. Thomas Flitz and Michael Burchell placed 3rd in their weight class, while Cody Russell, Brett Mordecai, and Barrett Blakely had 5th place showings. App State will participate next in the Keystone Classic, which takes place in Philadelphia next Sunday. Well, before I toss back to y'all, I just want to give a quick shout out to everyone here at Appalachian Weekly News. Unfortunately, this is my final broadcast on the air because I graduate in December, and as excited as I am about graduating, it is sad that I will be leaving you guys behind. But I want to give a quick shout out to Connor Davidson, our producer, Jim Newman, our teacher, and Zachary Masters, our technical director, everyone behind the scenes. All 3 of them have come into this semester with just positive vibes and a lot of knowledge to the field. So thank you again for giving me an opportunity to do something I love, whether that's just reporting about sports or doing packages on Boone churches or the gaming club here on campus. So once again, thank you again for the opportunity. And for the final time, I'm Josh Scott with sports. Mia, Shannon, back to you.
Well, Josh, I think I speak for everybody here when I say just, how valued you are and how much we're really going to miss you.
It's been an honor to be able to work with you, and I'm excited to see what you do in the future.
And now it's time for your High Country High Note.
For years, the Boone community has been working towards building a skate park with crowdfunding. This past Saturday, the Boone skate park finally opened up to the public.
Our reporter, Zach White, takes us there to give us some insight on how the project came to be and how it's been received so far.
For many years, the Boone community has been trying to open a skate park through crowdfunding. Well, this past Saturday, the Boone skate park finally opened up to the public for the first time ever. Over the last week, I got to meet with some people in the community and learn what it was like before having a skate park.
Upon visiting the skate park, which is located at 201 Casey Lane off the Greenway Trail and next to the water treatment facility, I was welcomed by a large crowd already enjoying the park. One visitor gave me some insight on what it's finally like to have a place to skate at.
We've been waiting a while. We've just been at the recess ramp until now. So, it's not amazing or anything, but it's definitely better than what we had before, which was nothing. So, I mean.
Before the skate park was open to the public, this little half pipe right outside of Recess Skate and Snow was one of the only places that skaters could come to in Boone. The nearest skate park besides this was about an hour away.
Speaking of Recess Skate and Snow, the owners have played a very large part in contributing to the success of having the park finally here. It has been a long time coming, 3 years in the process actually, and after multiple delays, the park is finally ready for public use, after construction began this September and finished early November. There may not be much yet, but like Dixon said, it is more than there was before, and visitors can look forward to many expansions, additions, and events in the future. In terms of how the park came to be, it was primarily funded by the public and grants, but one big contributing factor was the local stores such as Anna Bananas placing donation jars by their cash registers.
Really great opportunity to raise a lot of money here actually from both our staff and our customers, and it's been an extremely bonding experience for all of us together, and we just love to see kids being active, and it's a really great success story for our community. I think just being able to raise this much money and come together and get this together.
Although seemingly very basic now, plans have already been put into play to expand the skate park even more in the future. For more updates, you can follow along their Instagram at Boone Greenway Skate Park. For the Appalachian Weekly News, I'm Zach White.
That's our report for this week. I'm Shannon Pendleton.
And I'm Mia Mendez.
For all of us at the Appalachian Weekly News, thank you for watching.
Have a very happy holiday season, and we will see you when we return in January.